Hello everyone and welcome back to Triangle Strategy. In the last session we began the main game. We began Chapter 4 and finished Chapter 4 and that was the turning point. That was where Esfrost has found something in our minds and has determined it is so important that they are going to take it for themselves. Dragan ended up dead after trying to wrangle his way into the Prime Minister's office and yeah, everything is now going to hell as Esfrost have surrounded the capital of Whitehome Castle. But we have a few other things to do first. We have this side quest over here. And firstly, character stories. Now, let me just check. I'm pressing the right button. That one, there we go. Okay. A boy in strange garb comes to speak with Serenoa, claiming to be the grandson of the Archmage Grandante. Let's have a look.
Halt! This is the encampment of House Wolfort.
Splendid! For it's Lord Wolfort himself that I came to see. Lead me to him, my good man.
Big words from a shady-looking fellow in that ridiculous garb. Be gone at once.
Ridiculous. Why, I'll have you know that these robes are a treasured relic of...
Did I ask about your robes? I said, be gone.
Who asked, mate?
Wait
Who
a sec!
asked?
Hold there! Lord Wolfort! Can you hear me?
What's all the commotion here?
This strange lad demands an audience with you, Lord Serenoa, and stubbornly refuses to leave.
The name's Narv.
Narv.
Grandson and last disciple of the Archmage Grandante. Here to offer my services.
The Archmage Grandante. Forgive me, but in all my years of studying the arcane arts, I've never once heard that name.
Uh-oh.
You haven't? Oh, I see. I suppose you won't have.
Ah, I'm sorry if I offended you.
You needn't apologize, miss. Let's start over, shall we? Let me show you just what the final disciple of the Archmage Grandante can do.
That looked cool.
Incredible.
Well, what do you think?
Some kind of wind
I've
spell.
never seen anything quite like it. Were you born with magic like this? Or perhaps...
My illustrious grandfather, the Archmage Grandante, that is, taught me all I know. Please, let me join your army. I'm most certain my sorcery could avail you to no end.
Lord Serenoa, this boy possesses remarkable talent. I must admit, he would make a formidable addition to our forces.
Thank you, Jila. Narv, I welcome you to House Wolfort.
Nice.
Thank you, my lord. My magic will change the world. Just do wait and see.
Narv joined your forces. Alright, so these are just like... people just turn up and are like, sup, wanna work for you? Narv's aptitudes. A versatile mage and master of the elements. Casts spells of every element. Change enemies' orientation with wind magic. Interesting. You can turn the enemies gay. He sounds cool though. I wonder how big our character roster will get. And then we have... Serenoa and company encounter a girl in a desolate rocky area who tells them she was once part of a circus troupe. They just turn up and she's just like, yeah, I'm just here juggling.
Hey, what's a child like you doing in such a lonely place?
I have nowhere else to go.
Where are your parents?
They died years ago.
My lord.
My name is Serenoa. What's yours?
Picoletta.
Picoletta. You throw that ball with such skill.
Because it's my job. When I throw this ball, everyone applauds. Well, they used to. But the circus is gone now, so I'm all on my own.
Big F.
What are you doing here, mister?
I have no idea. What am I doing
We're trying
here?
to put an end to this war.
Up a mountain?
I hate war. War made everyone go away.
Don't think the war's up the mountain,
You're
Serenoa.
really gonna end the war? Then let me go with you. I can throw my ball and help you fight the bad people. Oops. There goes my tummy grumbling again.
The
My
guilt
lord,
trip.
we cannot simply leave this poor child here.
I know. All right then, Piccoletta. Come with us. But before we go fight the bad people, let us fill our bellies. After that, perhaps you could show us some tricks with your ball.
Sure thing. That's what I'm best at.
Piccoletta joined your forces. Are they actually going to have her fight? Like, I can understand taking in a child that's, like, got no one else and is starving and everything and they want to help. I'm not sure I understand if they're actually going to send her out to fight the army. That's, don't know about that one, Chief. An expert in offensive items. Increases the range of offensive items. Can summon a decoy of herself. Decoy of herself could be pretty good, depending on how much health it has. Just pop a decoy down in the middle of a whole group of people and they spend a turn trying to fucking attack it. And it's not even real. That could be huge, potentially. Potentially. Let us go to our encampment and see if there's anything new we can do there, if there's any levels we can get. Try and remember how it all works. Oh, there's a bunch of people to talk to, actually. Rudolph's here. A tavern in the encampment, huh? Suppose I should have expected as much from one of the high houses. I'm still not comfortable here, but it beats being stuck in Esfrost. Thanks again for picking up a cur like me. We smugglers repay our debts with hard work. You'll not see me shying away from our next fight. Good. Wait, what was that? I owe old man Cycrus a great deal. He put a lot of trust in me, despite the crimes I'd committed. Still not accustomed to living, honestly, but the fine folk you've assembled here make it a bit easier. You can't glean someone's past by looking, but I'd wager coin that old man over there is far from ordinary. Okay, that's that. Here's Narv. Ah, Lord Serenoa, I cannot thank you enough for letting me join your house after all that shouting I did. I was able to talk to a lot of different people here, and it made me realize that none of them have ever heard my grandfather's name. That's why I'll work harder than I ever have before. Then everyone in Norzalia will have to acknowledge his name. Or yours? Question mark? As the last disciple of the Archmage Grandante, I swear it. I hope Gila... I always forget, is it Gila or Gila? I think it's Gila, right? And I can talk about magic as one mage to another. Did you see me on the battlefield? Trust me, there's a lot more where that came from. You haven't been on the battlefield yet, mate. These were my grandfather's robes. They've definitely seen better days, but there's no way I could part with them. Not ever. Right. Lord Serenoa, listen to this. I was throwing my ball the other day and everyone started clapping. I love it here. I'll do my best to put a smile on everyone's face. Lord Serenoa, I'm so glad you're here. The food is so tasty. You should have some. I love the lady at the tavern. She always says nice things about my tricks. I don't know where I was born, but that's okay with me, because the circus was my home. Man, we should not be sending this kid out into fucking battle. We really should not be doing that. Okay, what have you got? Anything new that I care about? I guess we should have a couple of recovery pellets. Of each type. Just in case. Don't really want to get those. Strength ring. Could go for that. Defense ring increases physical defense by 2. Could be pretty good. And then you need to buy these for the upgrades, right, yeah. Well, these are all 1.5 grand. They're pretty expensive. I'm kind of tempted to get the strength ring and put it on Serenoa, but that is a lot of cash. Let's see what else there is. Are you the upgrade dude? Trade post? Oh, I forgot about these. What were these? I remember it telling me about them, but... Increases max quietus point slots by 1. Activates the moment you trade for it. I can't remember what that is. I'm going to have to check out... Is there a tutorial section? I can't remember. It did tell me, like, right at the end, but... Grant the currently acting unit a guaranteed critical hit. It's like a one-time per battle thing or something, right? I guess, yeah, we bought these. I guess we didn't buy the ones above. Secret Tactics. Contains tactical information related to cavalry units and hawk riders. I don't remember reading that, but I guess I must have done. Okay, let's buy all of these. Very nice, very nice. Let's read them before I forget. Wait, no, War Chronicle. Notes. Secret Tactics Scroll of Heaven. This is the one I read before, but I just want to reread it. Cavalry and Hawk Riders are known for their superior mobility. They can move freely across the battlefield. Stay close to the main force and utilize mobility to flank or get behind enemies who draw near. Yep. Team of 3 or more cavalry or hawk riders can prove advantageous. Yes. Take recovery pellets. They're challenging to handle. The real strength lies in their numbers. Okay. Secret Tactics, Scroll of the Earth. We haven't read this one. This is new. Archers and Arcanists attack from afar. Their objective is to wear down the enemy from a distance before the infantry moves in to strike. This strategy is the best at mitigating casualties. Unfortunately, Arcanists tend to move slowly and have difficulty casting spells in succession. This has led many a commander to instruct infantry to move in first and weaken the enemy so that archers and arcanists may then deal the felling blow. This tactic, however, incurs great damage to the front lines. It is advised that commanders allow archers and arcanists to prepare before sending out the vanguard. Advancing is not the same as attacking. Patience can be the key to victory. One must also be aware of the position of their archers. Arrows are easy to avoid if shot from the front. Loosing them from a higher elevation increases their range and impact. The opposite is true of lower elevations. The archer's position greatly affects the power of one's forces. A diagonal shot is more likely to strike true. He who has the high ground has the advantage. Furthermore, magic spells are each tied to an element, and their power varies by opponent. Choose which spell to cast carefully. Magic stones, each imbued with an element, can have the same effect as spells. With these in hand, any soldier can play the role of an arcanist. Use them well to reduce the burden on your spellcasters and diversify your tactics. Nice. Scroll of Man. Shield bearers and healers are key elements to a solid defense, but are unexpectedly difficult to use. Many commanders have failed to leverage them wisely on the field of battle. Shield bearers excel in defense and are generally placed near the main force or its leaders to prevent sieges and flank attacks. Many of these units can push back enemies with their shields, which is particularly useful when facing stronger foes. Shield bearers are an essential unit to have when up against a rivaling general. Relentless attacks have costed me victory, but solid defenses never have. Only a fool attacks first and protects themselves later. A good defense must come before a good offense. Healers are units that can cure their injured allies. Most commanders therefore wish to keep them at the rear of their main force, but enemy attacks can usually reach anywhere healing magic can. In general, healers should be made to wait at the rear and advance only when necessary. Once their job is done, they should make a quick retreat. Though this sounds cumbersome, healers are responsible for keeping their fellow soldiers alive and are especially vulnerable to enemy attacks. Commanders must therefore pay close attention to their movements, for if they fall, the entire army is likely to follow suit. Hastiness avails no one on the battlefield. In victory, caution is king. It's funny how they say, like, you should put your infantry up front, and then your mages, and then your healers at the back. But it's like, that doesn't really work, because you never fight, like... Well, I shouldn't say never, because it does sometimes work like that. But in general, they spawn enemies all around you. Like the last battle we did, we started in the middle with enemies coming from, like, 3 different directions at us. So there is no front, back, middle, because, like, you're just being boxed in, so everyone's just in the center. So easier said than done, but... I get the concept, at least. The Salt Iron War, Part 1. The Salt Iron War, one of the fiercest wars raged in the realm of Northalia, can be roughly divided into 3 periods. Before its onset, the Grand Duchy of Esfrost secretly contacted the Kingdom of Glenbrook and asked for an alliance to break Hyzant's monopoly over salt. Glenbrook agreed. In exchange for their logistical support and permission to march through the kingdom, Glenbrook asked Esfrost for joint governance of the source. On the day the war began, the duchy's troops proceeded through Glenbrook and declared war on Hyzant as they rushed the Holy State's capital. Hyzant barely had time to close its gates, and the goddess's shield protected them from the onslaught. But their forces were unprepared, leaving them no choice but to take the defensive against Esfrost's iron might. In hopes of turning their position around, the Hierophant sought the aid of a clan that made their home in the northeastern reaches of the modern-day Glenbrook. They called themselves House Wolfort. Huh. The Hierophant is, like, the top dude in Hyzant, right? And they sought the aid of House Wolfort, who are loyal to Glenbrook? Why would Glenbrook help Hyzant? Why would Wolfort help Hyzant if Wolfort is loyal to Glenbrook, who's allied with Esfrost? I don't know. Simone, Lord of the House, heard the Hierophant's plea and made way for the Holy State with a small but elite force of warriors. Wait, so Simone, like, went against the king? He helped Hyzant, even though Glenbrook was allied with Esfrost? Their bold attacks broke through the duchy's encirclement and forced them to retreat to the border. This effectively destroyed Esfrost's hopes of an early resolution. The exploits of Simone Wolfort changed history. From that point forth, the Wolforts, which had been no more than a small clan in the area, became key in altering the course of the war. So I guess we weren't big shots back then? The fighting came to a standstill, with Esfrost and Glenbrook on one side, and Hyzant and Wolfort on the other. The war affected not only those on the battlefield, but all across Northalia. Before long, the salt reserves that the duchy had amassed in anticipation of the war began to dwindle, and they realized they would not last much longer. In Hyzant, the Hierophant succumbed to illness. The Saintly Seven quarreled over who would succeed the Holy One, and the city descended into chaos. It is rumored that during the turmoil, the Roselle revolted and fled the source. Nothing was made official, but the rumor was likely true given the subsequent state of the city and the army's struggles. Huh. Okay, interesting. Despite the growing fatigue of both parties, all nations involved were reluctant to retreat out of fear of public backlash, so the war dragged on. Battles small and large were waged, the fight at the renowned Citadel of the Sands among them. Details of the damages are still unknown to this day. The people and soldiers of all nations suffered greatly over the 30 years that came to be known as the Salt Iron War. Cool. Right, tutorials. Teach me about that Quietus or whatever it was. The trade post. Including quietuses and medals. Quietuses are commands that executed immediately in battle and differ from abilities. They do not consume a turn. They consume quietus points, not TP. Each quietus may only be used once per battle. Right, yes. I remember thinking they were OP. They sounded like they'd be OP, and yes, this does sound OP. Not using a turn. Huge. Not using TP. Using a separate point system. Huge. And obviously, because they're powerful, once per battle. Medals can be used to promote a unit. Yes. Promoting a unit increases their stats and TP. Yep. Okay, Is there anything else I want to know? I think I'm good. So, can I promote Serenoa? Why are you... I guess the newest people come top. You are a veteran and you're moving to elite. Oh, I guess you only have 2 levels? And it requires level 20. Oh, okay. Oh, so both of these... Oh, these, like, come in just straight up higher level than everyone else, I guess. They're already, like, in their second forms? Yeah, because he's a recruit and he's going to veteran. But that requires level 10. We're only level 5. And these new people have already come in as veterans. That's kind of crazy. What do they even have? I haven't really looked at what they've got. Whirlwind costs 2. I'd say pretty much everything they have costs their points. Although he has 5 points. So, it's not as bad, but still. Wind-type magic damage to all enemies within range and change the direction they face. Grant HP to all allies within range. That's pretty good. Icy Breath is at level 7. He's level... Okay, he comes in at level 5. So I guess the veteran thing doesn't really make a difference. Extending your reach. Unlocked at 24. Okay, so he's a mass heal. And the whirlwind thing. It's alright. And you... Item Launcher. Passive skill. Increases targetable range by 2 when using an item on an enemy. Decoy. Costs 3. Summon a clone on a selected square. Clones previously summoned with this ability will disappear. Right, okay. The decoy does sound great, but item launcher sounds terrible. Seems like her only use is really the decoy thing. Which does sound great, but I don't know if that's enough to... Like, she doesn't have a basic attack. Like, she doesn't have just a straight-up regular attack. Which is pretty important to have, you know? I feel like I will probably never use her. Just a feeling. Alright, so... Does everyone need to get to level 10 to rank up? Yes, looks like it. So, what about you? Can I upgrade Serenoa at all? We've obviously got that. We need a silver to get him to weapon rank 2. It doesn't actually tell me what, like... what getting to weapon rank 2 does. Or does getting to weapon rank 2 just make this available? Possible. Possible. So we need 1 silver. Does this person sell silver over here? Do you sell silver? No, you sell iron, stone, timber, and fiber. Do any of your upgrades require iron? Yes. This one requires 2 more iron. And so does that one. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have more HP. I wonder whether it would be better to have more defense before having more HP, though. So that you're taking less damage. We haven't come across that many mages, so physical defense definitely seems like a better shout. Let's get 2 more iron, and let's upgrade his shit. Okay, he's sold out of that. So we could increase match HP by 10 or physical defense by 1. It's a toughie, but I think I'll go with the physical defense. Because he's always going to be on the front lines, he's always going to be getting hit. Which, obviously, more HP would be useful, but the more HP only goes so far, right? Whereas this is going to reduce the damage he takes from every hit he takes, which just seems like a better thing to get first. Over time, that'll do more for me than having an extra 10 HP. Nice. Now that requires 10 iron. Fucking hell. 10? I'd probably go for the health next over magic, because it's just we haven't seen many magical attackers yet. We'll see, we'll see. What about you? You could also do with some of that, but again, it's 6 iron. It's gonna be a long time before we get that, especially if you've fucking sold out over here. Yeah. Wonder where we get more from. I guess we'll find out. Okay, that was a solid little detour. Leave encampment. Solid little detour. Right, so now let's head up to the side quest. Telior Streets. Word of Esfrost's invasion of the Crown City reaches Silvio of House Telior.
The Crown City is under attack? By whom?
Esfrost, it appears. They say the Archduke himself leads the charge.
Gustadov. Then this will be no mere skirmish.
What shall we do, my lord?
We shall shit our pants.
Protecting the royal family is House Wolfort's duty. Let's bide our time and see how they fare.
Oh my god.
You would not make for the capital, my lord? Our kingdom's very fate hangs in the balance.
Which is all the more reason why we must not act rashly. Esfrost is too strong a foe for House Telior to face on our own. For now, tighten our defenses and bring me what information you can.
Yes, my lord.
You coward. You fucking coward. Fuck you. Piece of shit. Piece of shit. Bum. Right, that was the only side quest, right? No more will have appeared. Doesn't appear so. Okie doke. Right, here we go. Main story. Serenoa uses hidden tunnels beneath the castle to sneak in and save the royal family. Okay, this is where we were previously. This is the place where we had that little hangout sesh before the tournament. Fucking got him. You go, Anna. Is that Huette?
Secret tunnels beneath the castle. Who'd have thought?
None but the royal family knew of this secret. They were built as a last resort, should the worst come to pass.
Like right now.
Doesn't appear anyone else has been down here before us. Father must still be within the castle.
Along with a host of enemy soldiers, they appear to have breached the gates.
It truly is Esfrost. But I do not understand why.
We will seek understanding later. For now, we must protect His Majesty and the royal family.
Hell yeah.
Aye. We'll smuggle them to safety one way or another.
We must take care. The castle has fallen into our enemy's hands.
I mustn't charge carelessly into the enemy's blade. Time to find out what happened here. Okay, so this is a have a look around type thing. Obtained poison recovery pellet ×2. Nice. They're like as not to be in the throne room. Invasion seek to remove the head of state. Move quickly. The king needs us. The mining venture brought peace to the realm, and my betrothal to Frederica ties our nations together. Why would Esfrost commit such senseless violence? Such senseless violence. I had a speech issue there. Such senseless. Such senseless. Hold fast, brave soldier. Pray, tell us what happened here.
Gustadolf, he stormed the castle.
No, this can't be. What would drive him to do such a thing? He's drawn his last breath. Shit. What drove my brother to such madness? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Firestone ×2. Nice, nice. No complaints from me on that. The only bodies here belong to the Royal Guard. The nobles themselves must have fled. Makes me sick thinking such cowards serve our king. Is that saying have our revenge on the nobles that fled? Because that's like not... I don't know. I don't know if that's saying have our revenge on Esfrost. We all just need to survive for now and then have our revenge on Esfrost. But the line beforehand was about the nobles fleeing and how it makes them sick. So is that talking about having revenge on nobles fleeing? I don't know. It's human nature. It sucks, but I don't know. Don't think we should necessarily be taking revenge on them. But let's hope that their money does not fall into the hands of our enemies. Grounded as ever, I see. True, they wouldn't offer much resistance. And I reckon we won't need to worry about their riches. They're a shrewd lot. You may be right about that. Nonetheless, I pray that they are not among the dead. Enough talk though, eh? The king's counting on us. There's frosty armor. What could possibly drive them to invade us? I don't know, man. Whatever it is that was found in the mine. Big discovery. Obtained stone. Big discovery in the mine, and we have absolutely no idea what it was. Clearly something more than just like salt or iron, right? Otherwise, because that was like the whole point of the mine was to get salt or iron. Meow. So it wouldn't be a surprise to find that there, but they were surprised at what they found, so it has to be something special, something more powerful, more unique, more ancient, I don't know. They're gonna dig up some secret from hundreds of years ago? Like something actually like world-changing? Or is it gonna be something like, I don't know, just a new form of salt that's super fucking good or something? Who knows, who knows? We're too late. Nearly all the soldiers have perished. What could Esfrost possibly want with our kingdom? Anything to examine? No. Was that just the talk thing? I think. Do any of the Kingsguard yet remain? If they've all been slain, I fear all is lost. Yes, I fear all may be lost too. I don't think we're going to be able to repel this invasion. Could have sworn I saw something glowing over here. I don't think we're going to be able to repel the invasion. I feel like it's too big. We can smuggle out the royals, hopefully, but the rest of it is I think we're going to be surrendering the capital.
House Wolfort, defenders of the crown. You've come in our hour of need. I thank you for your loyalty.
'Tis my duty as lord of a high house. Come, brother, let us defend our kingdom. Stay strong, good man. Rest in peace. You have more than earned it. You've learned about Glenbrook's 3 high houses? I have? Glenbrook's 3 high houses, Wolfort, Falks, and Telior, are charged with the kingdom's protection. They were once a single clan, now divided. House Wolford is the de facto leader, and as such bears the greatest responsibility. Oof, a lot of money. There's so much money to be found just by fucking pushing up against items and shit. Added commemoration ceremony program to notes. One, opening remarks. 2 remarks from each nation. Lila from the Holy State of Hyzant. Prime Minister Thalas from Esfrost. And me from Glenbrook. Host remarks. His Royal Majesty King Regner. Merriment, tourney, award ceremony, closing remarks. That's what we did earlier. Makes sense. The emergent gates have barred the way forward. We must secure this area and press onward by force. That they've made it this far into the castle bodes ill. We must hurry. Could we get up here? Is there any way? No, not from this side of the gates, I guess. The enemy is already deep within the castle. They've made it look so simple. We must hasten to my father's side. Let us remain adaptable. I swear to you I shall protect the king. Yeah, let's go with that. It is a blessing to have you at my side. I've never felt such courage. The King's Guard and Sir Maxwell will be with father. I have every hope they yet live. Well, Sir Maxwell is a dope motherfucker, so here's hoping. Yet every second counts. We must make haste to the throne room. Please, just let them be safe. Aww. Okay, I think that's everything. I do believe we can conclude exploration. We'll learn nothing more here. We must keep moving. Okay, let's see. It's battle time.